Here's how to build the best emerald farm in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Now the first thing that we're gonna do is to place down 4 blocks in a row like this and place a sticky piston on top of every single one of these. Now at front, you want to dig down by 2 blocks and do this all the way along the entire block line. Then simply place down some sticky pistons inside of that trench that you just dug out, and then you just want to place some sand on top of that. In front of the sand blocks, you want to place another row out of solid blocks and some more sand on top of these blocks. As the next step, we're gonna build the engine for the entire farm, and in order to do this, you want to come to the back side of the farm, and there you want to place down 4 blocks in a shape like this and break the middle one, so you now should have a V shape looking like this. Now in between of these 2 blocks, you want to place a redstone repeater that you want to click once, that way the prong is in the second position. Now in this position, place a redstone torch, and right here some redstone dust, and this should give you a redstone clock that will power this sticky piston right here. Now you want to place a lever and flick it, and that will turn off the entire thing. And now what we need to do is to connect all of the sticky pistons with the redstone mechanism, and in order to do this you just want to place some more regular blocks and place redstone dust on top of these blocks, and as you can see, all sticky pistons should extend. Also, we need to connect the sticky pistons that are down below to the redstone engine, and in order to do this, we need to place a redstone repeater in this location. It should light up, and you want to click it once again so it is in the second position. Then take some redstone dust, place it in all these spots, and then dig down right here and build yourself a little tunnel so that way you reach all the way till the end of the sticky piston line. Then place redstone dust at the side of the sticky pistons and also right here on top of this block, and this will connect all sticky pistons down below to the redstone system as well. Now that we connected all the sticky pistons to the redstone system, what we need to do as the next step is to place 4 sand blocks in all these locations on top of the sticky piston arms. In front, you want to place some blocks, and also at the back side you want to do the same thing. Then you want to place another layer of blocks on top of the first row, and then place pistons on top of all these blocks, and you will need to use regular pistons. Now at the side of this exact sticky piston right here, you want to place a redstone torch, and then you want to place an observer on top of the redstone torch. Now the arrow of that observer should point upwards, and you want to repeat this once again, so with another observer and with the arrow pointing upwards as well. That means the output of the observer will be at the upside of the observer, and there you want to place a block with some redstone dust on top, and you want to extend that line of redstone all the way till the end of the piston line. Then you want to place a solid block at the end of the line and also some blocks behind the pistons as well, and that way we ensure that we don't have any water spillage later. Now later this machine will produce a ton of kelp, and we want to automatically convert it into bone meal. And in order to do this, what we need to do is to place a dispenser in this position, that means right at the corner of the farm. The output should point this way. Then take some hoppers and place the hoppers in a line in these locations, all funneling into the dispenser. Above the hoppers, place a line out of composters, and then above the composters, you want to place another line out of hoppers, and you will need to sneak in order to place them, and also make sure that they are funneling into their respective composter as well. Next up, you want to take some more blocks, and you want to place 3 blocks in these locations. Now you want to make this 6 blocks tall. These are 3, 4, 5, and 6, and this will be a perfect wall for this farm, and you want to repeat this a second time, but this time at the other side. You want to place some blocks right here. Of course, the dispenser will be part of the wall, and then take that up to a height of 6 total blocks. Now in between of these 2 walls, we will need to place down some stairs, and the openings of the stairs should point downwards and to the front side of the farm. Now in front of every single of these stairs, you want to place a sign like this, and then once you did that, you also want to place a row out of signs in these locations. Now in order to place another one next to the first one, you will need to sneak or crouch down, and then you will be able to place one against the other side. Also, you want to place glass panes on top of the hoppers exactly like this. And these steps will allow us to place in our water streams. Now, before you do this, I recommend having an infinite source of water nearby. That way, 2 water buckets will be enough for everything. First of all, what you want to do is to waterlog the stairs right here. Then you want to waterlog the pistons as well. And once you did that, you also want to place water on top of the sand blocks. So you have 3 rows out of water source blocks. Now finish everything off with some kelp on top of the sand. And now the first part of our farm is finished and you can remove the infinite source of water as well. Now before you continue, I recommend testing the system by flicking the lever right here. And by doing this, a ton of kelp should be produced and all of the kelp will be automatically converted into bone meal by these composters and will end up being in the dispenser. Now if this already doesn't work for you, you wanna rewatch the video or comment down in the comment section. But granted that everything works, we can continue with the second part of the farm. And to start things off, what we need to do is to dig out these 6 blocks starting at the side of the dispenser and going to the front side of the farm. Then you want to place down a chest in front of everything. And then you want to take some hoppers and you want to place a hopper in this position and also at this spot. Now both of the hoppers should funnel into the chest, so if you throw an item into them, then they will end up being in the chest. Then you want to place a block of dirt on top of the hopper and use a water bottle. And as you can see, this will turn the dirt into mud. Of course, if you already have a mud block, then you can just place the mud block. Also place a regular block in this location right here. Then the next thing that we need to do is to remove the block behind the mud and replace it with a stair. Then you want to waterlog the stair and this will allow us to place some sugarcane on top of the mud block. Next up, you want to place a block on top of the stair and also 2 pistons on top of the block. Use regular pistons and place them facing the front side. Then place 3 blocks in this location and 6 blocks at the other side, and this will give us 2 perfect walls for our small sugarcane cell. Also, you want to have 3 glass blocks in front so that you will be able to see what's going on inside, and also 3 slabs at the top side so that nothing glitches out, and maybe also place a solid block in this location as well to prohibit items from leaving the farm. Now we need to connect the pistons and the dispenser to the redstone clock as well. And in order to do this, what you want to do is to go to the back side of the farm, and there you want to place a redstone torch at the side of the block in this spot. Then take some redstone dust, place it all the way to this block. Then you want to take some more and just extend the redstone line into this direction, break this block right here and replace it with a redstone repeater. You want to click that repeater 2 times so the prong is in the 3rd position. Now the dispenser is connected and you need to place 3 more blocks in these locations and some redstone dust on top of them to connect both of the pistons as well, and all of our redstone is perfectly set up. Now we finished off the sugarcane cell, and the next thing to do is to place 2 blocks in these spots and also 4 blocks as a wall on this side. Then you want to place a torch in this location right at the back of the wall and also 3 slabs on top as a roof. Now as you can see, I got a villager in this spot and placed a lectern as a working station in front. If you don't know how to transport villagers, use a minecart or a boat with a lead. Then you also want to place a bed behind the villager like this, and if the villager connected with one of the composters, you want to remove the composters again, and sooner or later the villager should connect with the lectern, and as you can see, I also used dumpification to get some good discounts. You want to make sure that the guy trades some paper for emeralds, and then you can already use the farm to gain tons of emeralds. Now basically what you need to do is to go to the backside, and then you want to turn on the farm by flicking the lever. Now this will produce a ton of kelp that will be automatically converted into bone meal, and the bone meal will feed this sugarcane farm and will produce a ton of sugarcane. And all of that sugarcane will end up being in the chest right here, and you can take the sugarcane out, place down a crafting table in this position and craft everything into paper or you could basically just make an auto crafter using the crafter block. Then you want to take the paper and sell it to the librarian and we'll get some good emeralds. Now for the max rates, I recommend having a good villager trading hall nearby, and I have a good tutorial linked in the video description that will show you how to build one and also how to use zombification to get some good villager discounts. Now in the end, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. That will help us both and you won't miss any further content of my channel. And then I hope we'll see us again in the next video. See ya!